Our last stream was the 15th of December. That is a long time ago. That is well over 2 weeks. Oh boy. Alright, let's CPR this shit. Let's go. It's time for more Tsukihime. Chapter 7. Transparent Scratch. Alrighty. It begins again. Here we go. I cannot wake up. Immersed in a dark dream. I can't wake up. I feel a chill go down my spine. Without reason. Without purpose. I realize I will never be able to wake up from this dream. Did I get another bad ending? Wait, what? What did I do? Okay, alright, that scared the shit out of me. I was like, no! I don't even remember what happened. I can't go back. Okay, sorry. Shiki-sama, please wake up. You will be late for school. Hisui is in front of me. This is my room, and there is surprisingly great weather outside. Hisui? Good morning, Shiki-sama. You do not have as much time today, so please hurry to the sitting room. As usual, Hisui speaks in her detached tone. Oh. With that, everything disappeared. I embraced my recently awakened but still throbbing body. I feel relieved. The awful world I was in until just now has just turned into a dream. Thanks. If you hadn't woken me up, I might have never woken up. Shiki-sama? If you are not feeling well, please tell me so. No, that's not it. Morning, Hisui. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you very much, Shiki-sama. He's actually over at the moment? Oh, okay, cool. I have a IRL friend who expressed interest in watching the stream, so I invited him, but he, for Christmas, he gave one of my other friends an entire fucking PC. So he's over at his house setting up, the PC for him. Very cool people. She blushes slightly and lowers her head. No. I'm the one who should be saying It's past 7:30 already? Sorry, I'll get up, so please wait in the sitting room. Yes, I will be waiting. Right as Hisui leaves the room, I change into my school uniform. Jumping out of bed, I scarf down a little of the breakfast Kohaku-san made and leave the mansion. It took me less than 10 minutes. I'm leaving. See you later, Hisui. Yes, I will be waiting for your return. I made it. I breathe out and rest my body. I made it just in time before they closed the gate, but I still have to make it to class. Phew. The teacher hasn't arrived in the classroom yet. I try to catch my breath as I sit down. The classroom seems more lively today than usual. Tomorrow is a holiday, so everyone probably feels like today is a Saturday. Holiday? School ends. Since I don't have any reason to stay at school, I'll head back to the mansion. Yesterday's dream. This is definitely the place where I saw someone get killed in my dream. Even though I tried as hard as I could not to dream, I guess you can't run away from yourself. I grind my teeth. I feel pitiful about my weakness. After all, it's all a dream. Certainly there's something wrong with me seeing those dreams, but I think I'm still sane. My old man is my old man. I don't know about the Tohno blood, but I don't want to become a burden on Akiha and the others while I'm sane. I have to try and act as normally as possible, and try and find a way to solve all of this. Welcome back, Shiki-sama. As soon as I open the door, Hisui politely greets me. I'm back. I'll be in my room, so it's okay if you return to whatever you were doing. Thank you. I will return to cleaning the sitting room. If you need anything, please call for me. Hisui is cleaning the sitting room. I don't see Kohaku's, wait. Okay, that was him whatever. I don't see Kohaku-san, but she's probably sweeping the Rio courtyard or going out to get groceries. It appears Akiha hasn't come back yet, so I'll go back to my room. Putting away my bag, I change out of my uniform. I spend about an hour just sitting around in my room. All of a sudden, I hear a gurgling noise. It's not a strange noise or anything. It's just the sound of my stomach. That's right. I didn't really have a chance to eat since this morning. Not wanting to be late this morning, I was only able to eat just a little bit of what Kohaku-san made for breakfast. I thought about eating at the cafeteria, but I lost my appetite as soon as I remembered what I saw at the cafeteria yesterday. I wonder if I can get something to snack on before dinner. I really don't want to be a bother, but I'm really starving. I should... Well, it's Hisui's route, and we don't even know if Kohaku-san's here, so... Although I think she'll refuse, I wonder what will happen if I ask Hisui. Hisui's in the sitting room. I'm a little excited. I should hurry over and go ask Hisui. I refuse. Not even a second after I ask, with an incredible counterpunch, she totally knocks out my plan. I see. You are a little busy. Defeated, I slump like a captured soldier. Sorry. Please continue with what you were doing. I slowly start to shuffle my way to the lobby. Please wait, Shiki-sama. It's not that I would not like to make you something, but... Huh? I turn around without even thinking. Then... Hisui looks incredibly cute for some reason. I just thought that since you're so used to Nesan's cooking, my cooking would not even come close. Fidgeting, Hisui continues speaking uneasily. So, I want for you to eat my food when my skill is improved. What an amazing thing she says. That I refused back then was a big shock, but compared to what she just said, it's merely a light jab. What are you saying, Hisui? I'll eat anything you make, so please don't fret about that sort of thing. No, I cannot do that. Shiki-sama, please ask Nesan about food. No, what I really want is something from you. If I wanted Kohaku-san's cooking, I'd have gone to her first. I came here to ask you, because I wanted your cooking. Jesus Christ. Much ado about cooking. Hisui just looks at me, not responding. If that's how she's going to be, then I'll just stay right here in the sitting room until she says she'll make something for me. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck? We continue staring at each other without saying anything. That's odd. How did we end up like this? I understand. If you do not mind, then I will make something. Yes! For real, Hisui? Yes. But since you insisted, you are bringing this upon yourself. Ugh. Saying something incredibly ominous, Hisui heads toward the kitchen. Who's laughing? Oh, that's him to... What the fuck? I start chuckling uncontrollably. In the kitchen behind the wall, Hisui is making food for my sake. Thinking about it, I can't help but smile. Even though Kohaku-san prepares food every day, she does so too professionally. It feels like some other cook is making the food. On the other hand, I've never seen Hisui's cooking, so I'm pretty excited. Kohaku-san did say that Hisui was poor at cooking, though. Well, even so, I don't think anything inedible will be the result. If you have a normal sense of taste, it's impossible to make something that's completely inedible. But still, doesn't she seem to be taking a little too long? Yeah! And then, I hear a gigantic crash coming from the kitchen. Hisui! What happened, Hisui? I run into the kitchen. After entering, I'm a little taken aback. Hisui might have been planning on cooking a feast, as ingredients are stacked all about the kitchen. A kitchen knife is thrust into the cutting board, like a gravestone, or like that holy sword from somewhere. Oh, that's funny. And on that stove, black smoke billows from a frying pan. Hisui? Hisui embarrassedly hangs her head. Hisui, I would have been happy with something light. Something simple, like a pancake. Shiki-sama, you may say that, but a pancake is not very simple. Tell him! Oh my god. Hisui says so from the bottom of her heart. Jeez. Hisui really is pretty poor at cooking. Hisui, let me see your hand. My hand? Hisui reluctantly shows me her hand. Just as I thought. You cut yourself, didn't you? Yes. Forgive me. I was not even able to fix you anything properly. And now I have shown you this pathetic sight. Don't be stupid. That's not what I'm trying to say. If you cut yourself, you shouldn't force... Alright, before we continue, one thing I've noticed throughout this entire thing is that Shiki said, and a couple other characters... Let me think about that for a second, actually. The phrase, don't be stupid, and the word stupid in this, I wonder if... Because I'm assuming that it's probably translated from baka, and I wonder if culturally baka isn't as harsh as stupid is in English. Because in English, you probably would say something like, don't be silly, right? Because we have, multiple words that are, that, what's the word I'm looking for? That kind of, represent lighter or heavier, impacts of the same, terminology or the same definition. So, silly and stupid can mean the same thing, but there's, different severities to it. So I feel like contextually, he probably would have said, don't be silly. Because if you're saying, don't be stupid, that's kind of condescending, and I don't think that's accurate to what the character's trying to be portrayed as. I don't know. I might be wrong about that. Maybe he is just kind of a dick. And he kind of is, but I don't know. I feel like maybe don't be silly would have been a better... I think a lot of the times when he says don't be stupid, I think the actual meaning of the intent of the author is don't be silly. She shouldn't force herself. She should treat her wounds. Shiki-sama. Hisui's white finger is painted deep red. Her fingertip wet with the color red. This is bad. That's pretty deep. Saying that, I take her arm. Hisui's body flinches noticeably. I don't even notice. The only thing I care about right now is treating her cut. I don't think that's how that works. Hisui's voice. I don't even hear it. Just like back when I was a kid. I place the finger in my mouth and lick the blood. Shiki-sama. Her slender finger. Uh-oh, hold on, I have to take this actually. For next week? Oh no. I'm gonna get another text in a second. Her slender finger. Red blood does not suit her white finger at all. So I only thought to make her finger clean again. Please stop, Shiki-sama. I feel like if Hisui is really uncomfortable with being touched, I have to imagine this is a step way too far, right? Why is it? Hisui's blood is extremely sweet. Her blood is sweet, and just from doing this, my body starts to feel hot, and I can't hear her voice. Looking up, I see Hisui's face. Blushing cheeks. Deep blue eyes. Years ago. The red hair that was so close to me. I pull back from Hisui. What was I doing just now? Hisui just hangs her head, not moving. Even though Hisui hates to be in contact with men, I licked her finger and sucked her blood for a long time. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have done that. It's not just in a dream anymore, is it? Enjoying sucking someone's blood. It's not just in my dreams. All you were doing was taking care of my wound, so there's no need to apologize. No, I can't do it. I can't look at her face. The taste of her blood still lingers in my mouth. I can't forget the feeling of her finger. I'm sorry. I know I asked for it myself, but I'll be just fine without any food. I'm going back to my room. Let me be by myself. Hisui doesn't say anything. Escaping from her wordless stare, I flee into my room. After dinner is over, I head to the sitting room to have some tea. Not that I'm in the mood to elegantly drink tea, but I can't exactly refuse Akiya and Kohaku-san's invitation. While drinking the tea that Kohaku-san made, I listened to the conversation between the two. By the way, Nii-san, about the end of this year... And Akiya suddenly directs the conversation toward me. The end of the year? Aren't you thinking about it a little early? It's only October. What are you saying? Pretty soon it will be November, and once it becomes December, it'll be time for winter vacation already. It makes sense to plan this early. Well, I guess you're right. What do you plan to do? I usually just do the same old thing for New Year's. Yes, I've heard from Mrs. Arima that whenever you have a long holiday, you spend it over your friend's house. Akiha stares at me as if she wants to say something. How does Akiha know about all these things? What's wrong with that? Holidays are meant to be spent however you want. And I'm not being a burden to you all, so leave me alone. Oh my, Shiki-san. You're not gonna take a trip? No, look. I'm only a student, so I don't have any money for a trip. Well, I do want to get a part-time job, but... Nissan, you would know what would happen if the eldest son of the Tohno household goes out for a part-time job, right? Who's speaking? Kohaku's... I guess that's Shiki? Kohaku-san. I can't have fun like a high schooler with this evil teacher. Well, I suppose it can't be helped. But Shiki-san, you really don't want to go on a trip? I already made reservations for Akihasama. He's, you and... Hold on. She structured that sentence super weird. I already made reservations for Akihasama, you, Hisui-chan, and myself. Reservations? Where? The hotel where we take our winter trip. Since you prefer Japanese things, we decided to keep our trip within the country, right, Akihasama? You're the one that said it, Kohaku. I just approved it. Akiha looks away. Yes, of course it was. So, please, leave your schedule open for the end of the year, Shiki-san. Hisui-chan told me that if you go, she will go too. Do you understand? This would be the first time ever for Hisui-chan to go on a trip. She's always staying at the mansion and never goes out. It's a problem for you to say such things all of a sudden. Well, taking a trip as a family. I actually haven't done that before, so... what is it, Nissan? I won't force you, so if you have other plans, just please let us know. No, I'll come along. If I refuse your invitation, who knows what you'll do to me. I've been saying this isn't my idea. I don't really care either way. Yeah, of course not. Anyways, thanks. Going on a trip with everyone actually does sound fun. You don't have to thank me. It's only natural for a family to go on a trip together. Akiha sniffs and turns her head. Now that the main conversation ends, tea time ends quietly. It's time to sleep. Thanks to the discussion in the sitting room, I actually feel more relaxed right now. End of the year trip, huh? I can't imagine what the trip will be like, but there's no doubt that it'll be fun. Phew. Taking a deep breath, I jump into bed. At least for tonight. I wish to not see that dream as I close my eyes. But I see that dream. No, I'm kidding. I'm in a dark place. It must be cloudy. There's no moonlight tonight. And I can't see anything. My breath echoes in the air. I'm not killing anyone tonight. Instead, I'm breaking a doll. I grab the arm. I don't care if it comes off, so I hold nothing back. I pull the body and continue to violate the doll. I've gotten tired of this. This person doesn't do anything. It doesn't even scream, so I don't feel anything. I violated just to slake? Is slake a word? Watch out, maybe H scene? Yo, if no one else in this world got me, I know the Goo Visuals got me. Quench or satisfy. Interesting. I've never heard that word before. The wind blows. The clouds shift slightly. Ah! I mean, there's no one else. There's no. I can only blame myself. Goo Visuals literally warned me. And I was like, oh, cool, dude, thanks. But I thought there'd be at least, like... I can't even say there wasn't a warning. He's literally talking about slaking his lust, right? So... What? I've never heard that word before. How was I supposed to know? God damn it. Okay. The nighttime classroom. There, a beautiful doll exists. The doll doesn't say anything. It doesn't even move by itself. Okay. Let's just skip. How about that? I'm not saying all this shit out loud. If you want me to say this shit out loud, subscribe to my OnlyFans. All right? Oh my god. Oh god. Chapter 8, Death. I wake up and see it's past 10 o'clock. That's right. Today's a holiday. I lift my body from bed. Oh, come on! You gotta be fucking kidding me. You know? Like... Alright, so this time... I actually went out of my way to make sure that there wasn't anything else. Like, I made a save, and then I skipped ahead to make sure, and then I loaded the previous save. So now, we should be good. But I don't recognize that text, so give me just a second. Yeah, what the fuck? That's not where I saved. Fucker tried to flash me again. Damn it. Bastards. Blocked it this time. I blocked the overhead. That's super weird. That's absolutely not where I saved. Okay. Okay. Unable to contain it, I go into the hallway in my pajamas. I run to the bathroom and throw up in the sink. I empty the contents of my stomach, but I still feel sick. Last night's dream. In a sense, it's worse than my dreams of being a killer. It's much, much worse. In my dreams, I don't just violate Akiya, but even Hisui and Kohaku-san. That dream. Dreaming I violated a girl that looked like Hisui or Kohaku-san all night. Not having anything left to throw up, my convulsions start to diminish. I go out into the lobby and see Hisui taking care of something. She might be doing some rearranging, as I see her carrying a chair toward the lobby. I feel dizzy. Right now, I can't bring myself to look at her face. But I can't bear to go back to my room without saying anything. If Hisui tried to wake me up as usual, I think this sickness would have been a bit better. Hisui realizes I'm here, and quietly walks over to me. Good morning, Shiki-sama. Morning. Sorry for waking up at a selfish time. I apologize as well. I should have been there when you awoke. Please forgive me. Hisui silently bows her head. Hisui's expressionless face. Remembering last night's dream, I start to feel guilty. Boy, if you fucking flash that nude at me one more time. Okay. This has been the most stressful stream I've ever done. I mean, I'm playing with fire, right? I've known that since the beginning, but still, I didn't think it would be as unsegmented as this. At least with Seal and Akiha, there wasn't any, like, haha, surprise, lol. You know what I mean? It's just really annoying. No, there's no need for you to apologize. I didn't wake up at the usual time, so it's my fault. It's better if you complain to me a bit. If you do that, I'd feel a little better. Shiki-sama? But that's just my selfish thoughts. Like right now, my words are making her feel bad. It's nothing. Forget about it. More importantly, I'm kinda hungry. Is breakfast ready? Ne-san went outside. Your breakfast is ready in the dining room. Oh, in that case, I'll go have some food. Sorry to bother you while you were working. After saying a quick goodbye, I head towards the dining room. I go back to my room, but I don't really have anything to do here. I've had my fill of sleeping. Thinking about what I should do next, I decide to walk around the mansion. I arrive at the lobby. For some reason, I aimlessly wander around the mansion to confirm my childhood memories. The hallway stretches quite a long distance. When I was a child, I believed that this hallway would go on forever. The mansion seemed as large as a castle, and every day I would walk a bit around the mansion and would carve my name on the wall, the pillars, or the floor. It was a sort of game I would play with Akiha to see who could take over the mansion. Saying that wherever we put our names became our territory, the two of us walked around the mansion carving our names here and there. Here. Oh, Jesus. On the handrail by the stairs is carved the name Shiki. It was probably because of these games that my old man forbade us from playing inside the mansion. Anyway, if I look closely, I can see both mine and Akiha's name all over the place. I go outside. Come to think of it, most of the time we spent playing was in the garden. Since Akiha was obedient to the old man, unlike me, she could only play outside for 30 minutes a day. And still, she usually just stayed behind us, watching and listening. But she would energetically run out with us and compete with us in whatever games we would play. Perhaps her personality stems from those times. She might have suppressed herself in front of the old man. On the walls of the mansion, the carved names appear again. Shiki, Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, 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 Shiki. I wonder if... because there's no capital letters in Japanese. I wonder if it's being written with different I would have to go look it up, but I wonder how it differentiates in the Japanese version. The ratios are like that, and the name Shiki appeared far more times. I suppose Akiha was just a girl, so she can't keep up with a boy. Kohaku-san? As I come to the backyard, I see Kohaku-san's figure from behind. She hasn't noticed me. I don't know what she's doing, but she disappears into the forest. A bit curious, I follow her from a slight distance, and where Kohaku-san is headed to, there seems to be a small clearing. There's a clearing there. Tilting my head to the side, I try to remember, but for some reason my memory is a bit vague. In the forest of the mansion, I can see a clearing as if the trees were cut there. No, can see is not quite right. If you walked by normally, you probably would never notice it. If Kohaku-san didn't walk there, hidden enough by the surrounding trees as it is, I would have never noticed it, even if I'd lived here all my life. That's odd. I don't remember a clearing ever being here. To say the least, I don't remember ever playing with Akiha in the clearing. I feel like I've never been there before. After thinking a bit, I decided to go into the clearing. The clearing doesn't strike me as anything out of the ordinary. There's no sign of Kohaku-san, who entered before me. What's this? It's just an empty place. I walk into the middle of the clearing. This clearing really is just an empty space. The perfectly level open ground, the deep woods enclose the area. The voice of the cicadas, and the strong summer sunshine that feels like it could dissolve. Summer sunshine. Ouch. The wound on my chest starts to hurt. Like stabbing. This pain. It feels like a kitchen knife stabbing my chest. Chirp. From somewhere, I can hear the voice of cicadas. But it's autumn now. The summer sunshine that bathes everything in white. The columns of summer clouds in the far-off sky. I can practically see the voices. At my feet, there are the discarded shells of cicadas. Discarded shell. Someone's discarded shell. My wound opens. My chest becomes painted a dark crimson. Black vermilion soaks both my hands. Someone's crouched silhouette. The approaching footsteps of a young girl. The columns of clouds in the far sky. The discarded shells of the cicadas. I suddenly realize, in front of me is the crying face of Akiha drenched in blood. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Voices which try to pierce my eardrums. Voices of the cicadas. My chest hurts. I feel sick. My wound healed a long time ago, so why does it hurt so much? My chest is broken. Excuse me. Uh-oh, I hope I don't get the hiccups. That would be awful. The old wound opens. Blood flows forth from the opening. What is this? My wound. It hasn't healed at all. My consciousness sinks. My wound hurts. Right before I pass out, I remember a terrible image. A hot summer day. Akiha stained in blood, and myself staring down at her. The silhouette licks the blood off its hands. Then, the silhouette becomes my face as a young boy, laughing with pleasure. I can hear voices talking. Akihasama, are you not going to call for a doctor? Don't be stupid, Hisui. There's no way I could do that since Nisan's wound isn't normal. Akiha and Hisui are talking. This is Shiki's room. It looks like I'm sleeping in the bed. I plan to say yo and get out of bed, but I can't move at all. My chest doesn't hurt anymore, but my body feels as heavy as lead. All I can move are my eyes and mouth. Just what in the world were you trying to do, Hisui? You know not to let Shiki go near that place. Please, forgive me. This can't be solved by apologizing. You were assigned to serve Nisan to avoid this kind of situation. So what were you doing? Completely different from her usual manner, Akiha gives full vent to her anger. In comparison, Hisui is accepting the scolding, looking down silently. What about Kohaku? Didn't I give her orders too? not to let Nissan out of her sight. Nissan is not here. Not here? What do you mean by that? Hisui doesn't answer. Akiha grinds her teeth. Not here? What is she saying? Kohaku-san was in the rear courtyard right now. Akihasama, we should stop doing this. Hisui. He's different. He's a different person. This mansion, it's not good for him. So, we should stop doing this. I don't want to hear those words. No, that is why I must say them. You realize it too. At this rate, Shiki-sama really will become a killer. Just now. What did Hisui say? Are you saying his Tohno blood has awakened in this mansion? That's ridiculous. It's impossible for that to happen to Nissan. You're right. He's just like us. With Makihisa's choice. In that instant, smack! The sound of a cheek being slapped echoes throughout the room. I've told you that I won't allow anyone to say that! The two become silent. The air between the two of them increases in tension. Hisui stands painfully with her head down. I don't understand why Akiha is so angry, but I don't want to see Hisui in pain any longer. Ugh. Somehow I managed to shift my body. Hisui, I leave the rest to you. If Nissan wakes, take care of what he needs. Akihasama, are you okay with this? Yes. If I'm here, Nissan will just get weaker. Akiha leaves the room with an extremely painful smile on her face. Well, what should I do now? Maybe it's better if I still pretend I'm asleep. Shiki-sama, I think it's safe for you to open your eyes now. Oh. You knew Hisui? Yes. Akihasama didn't realize it, but ever since a long time ago, she's never been good at being able to see through someone who is acting. Hisui speaks reluctantly. Is that so? But you're pretty perceptive. I do not know. Since I cannot understand the heart of the person I want to know the most about, I do not think I am very perceptive. I see. Nodding. I somehow get the feeling she's talking about Kohaku-san. Hisui, you mentioned it earlier, but where did Kohaku-san go? I'm sorry. I do not know about Ne-san very well. Something about that response is not right. But what's not right? I can't seem to grasp it right now. As I'm doing this right now, my body is sluggish, and it takes all my strength just to talk. Shiki-sama, are you not pushing yourself? To tell the truth, I feel extremely sluggish. Just what in the world happened to me? Shiki-sama, we found you collapsed in the rear courtyard. It did not seem like your normal anemia, so we contacted Akihasama and brought you to your room. Collapsed? In the rear courtyard? The white summer sunshine and the voice of the cicadas. I remember. I was standing and I got real dizzy. Jeez. I haven't had it this bad since elementary school. I thought that I should call the doctor, but Akihasama wanted us to wait and see. Yeah, Akiha's right. This is more like a mental thing, so calling the doctor wouldn't have helped. How long was I out? I found you after noon, so approximately 12 hours, Jesus. That long? Surprised, I looked at the clock, but my body doesn't move. It's now midnight. I will watch over you tonight, so please, if you need anything, do not hesitate to ask. Okay. I appreciate it. I was unconscious for half a day. I haven't done that since the accident. Furthermore, after sleeping for so long, my body is still wanting more sleep. I'm sorry. I'm so sleepy. Well then, please go to sleep. I will be in the hallway, so if anything happens, I will be there. What are you saying? I can't let someone taking care of me wait out in the hallway. I have to ask, Hisui, you stay right here. Damn it. I can't continue. I feel as if I'm falling into a tank of water. My consciousness ceases abruptly. I saw a dream. It was a dark night. In the middle of the night, I thought I heard a noise and woke up. The tatami room was otherwise empty. It seems at some point, all the adults went outside. I was a little uneasy all by myself. I went outside to the garden to see where they went. The night itself feels frozen by the winter cold. My breath hangs white in the air. The garden is cold, but at the same time the sky was beautiful. The expression freezing cold seems to have been made up just for this winter night. The cold stars, the deep darkness, illuminating this world, is the lifeless moonlight. For a child like myself, the mansion's garden is too big. A dense forest encloses the garden. The mansion is deep in the mountains, and to be honest, it's no place for anyone to live. The mansion is at the very heart of a dark forest. It is like the light of a luminescent fish at the bottom of the ocean. The darkness of the forest swells deeply. The forest trees are like a black curtain, trying to reach for the moon. I heard a noise, and was convinced the adults must have gone into the forest. I enter the forest. Not even a single ray of light exists in this darkness. Unable to even see my own body, I walk toward the sound. It's just cold. Even my eyes become numb. I feel as if someone is calling my name. A reed warbler's cry. The swaying grass. There, I met a red demon. The demon does not seem to be interested in me. At the same time, I'm not concerned with the demon either. Crimson, red, vermilion. I walk past the field that has turned into a crimson sea. The trees part into a clearing. There, the scattered corpses of all the adults are littered all over the ground. The dark ground is bathed in poisonous red, as if the entire world was bleeding. That is, in the middle of the bleeding earth, the enemy that slaughtered the adults is standing there. The very first nightmare. The enemy approaches to kill even me. My mother dies, protecting me. Blood splatters onto my face. In the middle of this frigid night, that warmth, the first hated color. The claws of the enemy pierces my chest. Maybe I was numb from the coldness. I didn't really feel much pain. I look up at the heavens. The whole world starts to melt away. There, the unchanging pale darkness. How beautiful. The ephemeral glass moon. I didn't realize it. Tonight, the moon is so beautiful. Okay. Oh gosh. So we're done for today. Good gracious. Goodness gracious. Oh god. This is gonna be a nightmare to edit. It's gonna take me like all night. Oh god. Well, that was pretty annoying. Very unfortunate situation we find ourselves in with this particular visual novel. I think this will never happen again. Moving forward, well, I can't say that regarding Tsukihime. I have no idea, but future visual novels, this will never happen again, because the only things that I'll be doing that has H scenes in it is Fate's Night, and those are optional. They're not like this, where they could happen at any fucking second. Yeah, so that's really annoying. But yeah, all future visual novels, we won't have to put up with this. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for commenting. If you're watching the VOD, thank you for making it this far. Sorry, the editing might be a little bit rough. There are probably a lot of cuts. It is what it is. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Follow me on twitch.tv/BerserkChip. That's BerserkChip with 2 P's because I forgot the password to my previous account. Follow me on twitter.com or the Twitter app for highlights, cool fighting game stuff, and memes, and schedule and updates to my Twitch schedule. We will be continuing on with Tsukihime, and we will be doing more visual novels like this in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next time.